Like, ooh. Today, we are going to be talking about how the body knows before you do. What do I mean about the body knows? Sometimes we may not notice that we sense and feel things before we consciously are aware of it. You may have a gift to sense the environment. You may have a gift of sense. You smell things. You may see things before they happen. You may have a dream about something. You may have a gut feeling. You may experience back pains. You can actually identify what is wrong with you just by simply being still and observing yourself. You may know exactly what the issue is, but you may not have a language for it. You may not know how to define how you feel and what you feel. And if you explain it to somebody else outside of yourself, they may try and explain it away and then suggest that it's all in your head. And the mind is so fragile, it's so interesting, where if you don't have the words for it, if you don't know how to define it, and it is explained away by somebody who is a professional, you may believe them. And then the issue worsens. But you was told it was all in your head, but your body knew first. You can easily justify or explain away a pain in your chest, your arm, your knees. You might even just blame it on your body. My knees are acting up. You know the solution, but you explain it away. Man, you could just sit with yourself and you'll get the answer. And sometimes it may not even be having the answer, but it's what you do with the information. Are you willing to help yourself? Are you willing to put action behind your intuition? Are you willing to execute off a gut feeling? That is the meaning behind faith. You don't have to see it with your eyes. When you know intuitively in your body that it is true. You walk into a room and you can sense that. You can sense tension. You physically can't see it with your eyes because the energy is unseen. You can't explain or justify or conceptualize what you can't see, but it doesn't mean it's not there. If you ever do spiritual research, you will always run into the statement that this is not scientifically proven. How can you scientifically prove something that you can't see? Is there faith in science? I think I've mentioned before, it's all holistic. It's all intertwined with one another. When you have neck problems, that may be connected. So energy is connected to the physical realm. The spiritual realm is connected to the physical realm. When there is blockages in certain energetic clusters. It interferes with that physical region. If you are emotionally closed off, you may have back pains just under your rib cage. You may have tension on your heart. If you have trouble speaking up for yourself and you tend to dismiss yourself, or you may not have a voice, you may have neck pains because that energy is stuck in that region of your body. And then there's stress. Which can be rectified by a shift in perspective. A lot of people seem to get stressed out when it comes to traffic. How do you solve that? You can leave early. Oh, I can't leave early, I've got kids, I've got this. And time does add up with work, cooking, eating. If you're trying to eat healthy, time tends to add up, and you may not have time for yourself, and this may cause you to be late. Now you're in traffic, now you're with all the other late people, now you're cussing off this person because you were late. You're directing your energy towards somebody who didn't make you late. You were late, you made yourself late, but now you're angry at this person and that person, trying to deflect your own energy onto somebody else, to give somebody else the responsibility over your own life. Really, when you give yourself the time and space to feel your emotions, energy in motion, because it's temporary. If you allow yourself enough time, those emotions will subside, those thoughts will subside. We tend to attach ourselves to our emotions. We tend to identify ourselves with our thoughts and feelings, when the mind, the brain, its job is to create thoughts. You got a bunch of thoughts being generated and you attach yourself to each and every thought. You can sit with your thoughts, you can sit with your emotions, but don't dwell in them. Because then when you dwell, when you identify, when you attach yourself to your emotions and you identify with them, and you take that as your identity, you tend to project that onto the world, and the world becomes what you think and how you feel. Oh, that person's mean. Well, what did they do? What did they say? And a lot of people, they never really know why this person bothers them, why they don't like this person, but it's actually a reflection of how they feel and what they think. It has nothing to do with that person. It's just a deflection of your own thoughts, and you're trying to personalize your emotions and your thoughts, and you end up hating somebody that you don't even know. And then you end up creating and perpetuating a world that you don't want to live in, because you haven't sat with yourself. You haven't addressed your thoughts. You haven't addressed your emotions, your feelings. You haven't sat with yourself. Your body is giving you all these signals as to what's wrong, but you haven't sat with yourself. You ignore this signal, you ignore this signal. Your body is a vehicle and the lights are going off and you're ignoring every single one. Your body is a temple, your body is a vehicle and the dwelling place of God. What type of home environment are you providing for the God within? Are you providing a sound mind, sound heart, sound body, clean health? Did you get your engine checked and fixed? Your muffler's been broken for a while. Why haven't you gotten it fixed? Well, it is expensive, and you do have to trade your time for money. Everything's cohesive. Everything tends to marry and merge into one another. and then you see that this is an issue, and this is an issue, and this is an issue. But when you focus your energy, and when you deflect your energy, and when you put your energy in externalize the solution, you then disconnect yourself from yourself. And then you never get to the root problem. You never get to solve the problem within your own life, and it continues. And then your children inherit your issues because they don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know how to manage themselves. They don't know how to sift through their own thoughts. Audit the thoughts. Audit their emotions. Audit the bank account and align them so that they can have a balanced and holistic, optimal life. You can make a decision today to change, and change isn't going to happen in a day. It does take time, but you have your whole life to change your life. You have your whole life. Some people say they don't have time for that, and those micro decisions add up. Oh, I don't have time for myself. I don't have time for myself. And you keep putting yourself off, and then there's dis-ease. You're uncomfortable in your own body. You're uneasy in your own body. It worsens over time. The more you put off yourself, the more you break promises to yourself. Oh, I'm gonna start working out tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna start eating healthy. The more you break your own promises, you're telling yourself what the solution is, but you keep breaking the promises that you have for yourself. How are you supposed to trust yourself if you keep breaking your own promises? No, you're untrustworthy to yourself. That's probably why you keep externalizing your own responsibilities for your life, holding somebody else accountable to make changes in your life. How could you possibly trust yourself, but you trust somebody else to help you? You trust somebody else to lose the weight for you, go to the gym for you, and then you end up vicariously living through people, and then your soul is looking at that person and it's like, that's what I want for myself. But then you look in the mirror, and what you want doesn't reflect the reality in your own life. Your soul already knows what it wants. That's how you get jealousy. I know I want that. Then what is the disconnect? What is that gap? What is that void that's stopping you from achieving your own desires? Achieving the desires that you want in your life? What is stopping you? Is it the opinions of others? Oh, I don't want people seeing me start at the bottom. Okay, how do you solve that? You got a personal trainer? Do you like, you don't have to post everything online. You can take your own before pictures, put it in, send it to yourself on email. You don't have to post it. You can keep your journey to yourself. Nobody has to know where you start and when you started. That's nobody's business. Your fitness journey is nobody's business. If you don't want nobody to know, then don't tell nobody. Next, what else? What other problem do you have? What's the gap? We need to have a growth mindset. Solution oriented. We need to become solution oriented. I'm pretty sure whatever problem you have, there's a solution. Write down every obstacle that you think you have that's stopping you from reaching your goals. Because what you're not going to do is be jealous and envious of somebody who has reached the goals that you wanted for yourself just because they did it and you didn't. I wanted that. I want that for myself. You can still have that. They can be great. You can be great too. Everybody can be great. Great people can coexist. Not everybody. It doesn't have to be only one person who's fit. If they're fit, then I can't be fit. How does that make sense? How does the journey interfere with yours, other than the mental limitations that you set on yourself. You can literally be anything you want. Get your vision board. How do you learn? Are you kinesthetic? Do you have to do things in order to learn? Do you have to watch somebody? Do you have to shadow somebody? Do you have to walk with somebody? Wow, maybe you can watch videos where if you have questions, there's answers. No question we have today is a new question. That means somebody went out of their way to find answers to that question. So I'm pretty sure whatever question you have, you can find an answer. Especially in the age of AI, there is no excuse. We have an abundance of information. So if you want information, you can get it if you want it bad enough. A lazy person can win in this era. A stupid person can win in this era. What's in your way is excuses, a lack of execution. Yes, and that is circumstantial. It can be environment. Look around in your environment. If I tell you, go out and work out right now, there's thoughts that come in your head as to why you can't write them down. Capture those thoughts and record them. Put them on paper so that your thoughts don't get lost. Because you can have a thought and have no record of them because you kept them as a thought. You kept them tangible. You need to be able to see your excuses. You need to be able to see your reasons. Draw the map. If you need a big whiteboard, find one. Do you have access to a library? Do you have access to a school? Can you ask the teacher, can you use the classroom? There are solutions to your problems. Do you need to write it down? Do you have access to a pen and paper or pencil? No, not technology. Technology disconnects you from yourself. Use something that's physical so that you manually write it down. You exercise that part of your brain that helps you to actually work out an answer. There's a disconnection when you type. It's like your brain doesn't register it. Write it down. Even if you have to talk it out, because some people need to talk, you can use autocorrect. Talk to your device. And I'm not too sure about it talking back to you, because technology hasn't gotten to a point where it can actually give you solid advice. It will give you generic advice, and you need to stay away from that communication gap. Write it down. Record your thoughts. So all you need to do is record your thoughts. Don't use ChatGPT and have a conversation. Just record your thoughts. Track your thoughts. Track your thoughts. Audit your thoughts. This is what auditing looks like. When you're keeping record of your thoughts. Go work out right now. What's the first thought that comes to your mind? Oh, I can't, it's too hot outside. Oh, I can't, it's too cold outside. Oh, my back hurts. How do you solve that? How do you get around, not get around, but how do you get through that? How do you grow through that? 200 pounds, okay, what's the first thing that you need to do? Start. They say start is the hardest part, but I really, honestly, I'm gonna truthfully tell you, it's not starting. It's staying consistent. That is the hardest part, and finishing. Starting and finishing. You want to shave off, and you keep, when you say, oh, I want to do this, I'm thinking about doing this, that is your spirit and your soul telling you what you need to do. Write it down. Make a plan. And not just a plan, strategize. Strategization is a plan put into action. Or a plan that has action steps. It's an applicable plan. It's an applicable plan. The strategy is just an applicable plan. Sometimes a plan could just look like a to-do list. Oh, I need to do this, go to the gym. Okay, cool. You said go to the gym. What needs to happen? So you're in bed, comfortable. I need to go to the gym. You write it out as a plan. My plan is to go to the gym. That's my plan this year, to go to the gym. You gotta get to the gym. Your plan is to go to the gym. You gotta get to the gym. The strategy is, okay, plan, that will be your header, plan, go to the gym. We need sneakers. You don't need to get new anything. You just gotta get there. Who cares about what people think? You worry about yourself. Everybody has individualism, an individualistic mindset when it comes to everything else, but helping yourself. When it comes to longevity, people think about, oh, I don't want people to see me getting healthy. I don't want people to see me believing in God and having faith and living by the Spirit and not by sight. I don't want people to see me optimize myself and become great. That's on you, pumpkin, honestly. That's all on you. If you fail, if you become a loser, that's all on you. You did it to yourself. And you can't you can't place the blame on anybody else because you honestly did it to yourself. Oh, I didn't want people laughing at me. Who cares if they're laughing? If you got people laughing at you because you're 200 pounds going to the gym, and you, don't worry about them. Are they your friends? If they are, they're not your friends. Are they your family? If they are, they're not your family. Friends and family are supportive. A friend or a family member is not going to see you trying to eat healthy and go to the gym and be like, you want a cake? They're not going to mock your process. They're not going to mock your journey. They're not going to tease you for wanting better for yourself. Oh, why you gotta lose all that weight? So you can avoid heart attacks and, a premature death. There's no real explanation. You don't have to explain your journey to greatness. Because nobody who cares to be great will ask you that question. It wouldn't even be a question. Great, go ahead. What do you need? You need some encouragement? Water, you want me to do up a diet plan for you? What you need? You know what you need? You need to go to the hospital and get an examination, get some diagnostics, see where you're insufficient. So you can control your diet. Is very difficult. You can start by eating foods that remind you of the foods that you actually like. There are plantain, french fries, lentil, healthy food tastes good. I don't know what everybody's issue is. Sometimes people try to over manipulate it and actually kills it. Like they overcook it and they cook the life out of it and it loses all its vitamin and minerals and nutritious value that you actually need to be healthy. And they fry it, put all this cheese on it, put all this grease on it, all this salt on it, and they completely ruin the vegetables and fruit just to tolerate the taste. Being healthy is not that bad. Well, at first it is, yes, because your body has to adjust. That transition period, it does feel like hell. Your body will start getting rid of a lot of things that were just stored in your body. When you eat a lot of things that your body doesn't need, your body stores it in fat pockets. And when you continuously eat things that your body does not need, doesn't need it to survive, it doesn't need it to build muscle or anything, it doesn't need it for your gut, your liver, it don't need it for nothing. And then your body tries to convert it so that it can actually use it, you start to deplete yourself while adding on a whole bunch of weight that your body just put in storage because maybe we'll need it later. Skin's breaking out, your body's trying to get rid of it. and trying to find any crevice of your body to get rid of this stuff. You got mucus, you got stuff coming out of your nose because your body's trying to get rid of it. You're becoming sick because your body's trying to heal itself. And if you're continuously eating like this, you're just making it, you're not allowing your body to heal. It's like you're a scab and you keep picking at it before it heals, and it's bleeding, and you're picking at it, bleeding. It forms a scab and you pick at it and it's bleeding and wondering why it's not healing because you keep picking at it. And you're not allowing it to heal. You're not allowing yourself to heal. Okay, you got the clothes, you got the shoes, okay, what else you need? Oh, I'm gonna need a pre-workout thing. Decide how you want to do it. Do you want to eat before the gym or eat after the gym? Some people do fasted workouts. It all depends on what your body agrees with. You have to listen to your body. Your body will let you know. Your body knows before you do. Listen to your body. You can be in a toxic relationship. You're having a hard time going home. Very reluctant to go home because you don't want to deal with this person. Your body's trying to tell you something. Or you wanted to be an entrepreneur, you keep drawing out a label and a logo and this need next and coming up with ideas that could cure cancer or whatever the case may be, and your body's trying to tell you something. Your back's going out, you can't breathe, your feet are sore, there's pain shooting down your body's trying to tell you something. Your teeth aches and all that type of stuff, your eyes hurt, your body's trying to tell you something. Listen. Even if that means going somewhere that's quiet. Take your mind off them people, stop thinking about other people. And start thinking about yourself. Whatever that means for you. Go all in on yourself. Bet on yourself. And this is not selfish in a way where nobody else matters, but we need to start knowing that we matter. You matter. You wouldn't be here walking, breathing, blinking of a heartbeat if you didn't. I don't know who lied to you and made you feel like you're worthless if nobody recognizes you, if nobody validates you, if you don't have the latest whatever. Maybe you should start watching TV and get off of social media or something like that. So you can gain a sense of identity, because none of that matters. None of that matters. You matter, but that don't. None of that junk matters. And junk isn't just food, it's information. It's junk information, it's gossip, it's what you read, what you listen to, lyrics. That's junk. If it influences you to believe that you are worthless, it is junk. If it influences you to believe that you're worthless, if you don't have money, if you don't have Gucci flip-flops or whatever the case may be, it's junk. Stop consuming junk so you can start believing in yourself. Believe that you can make a change in your life. Believe that you can be great in your life. Everybody's success looks different. My success may not look like your success. Based off of your perspective of what success looks like to you and how you want to feel. What does success feel like? Does it feel like an empty house in a cottage on top of the hill, no neighbors, bunch of birds, all you hear is birds, no cars, no toot toot, no beep beep, no ambulance, No ambulance noise echoing off from the city buildings with dark, cloudy skies. You want clear skies with ducks on the pond. You just want to go outside and feed birds. If that's your success, and you don't care how much money you got in your account, you're just happy, you're at peace. If that's your success, then fight for that. Aren't you worth fighting for? You have to ask yourself that. And if you don't think that you're worth fighting for, you need to ask yourself why. And get down to the root of that. Because that right there is your problem. Not to say that you're broken. Just means that you have work to do. I believe in you. It's time for you to stop believing in yourself. And this was another episode of Queenship Podcasts. I hope you learned something. And I will be seeing you on the next episode. Peace. Like
like